if we don't use this opportunity of the sovereignty, the sovereignty bill, if we don't use it, this opportunity to redefine who we are as a parliament, we are going to be recorded, unfortunately, as the worst parliament since independence. Every opportunity we have had to assert ourselves as a parliament, we have wasted it. Increasingly, we have given ourselves away into the executive. The executive has eaten deep into parliament in the last 5 years than ever before, and it is so unfortunate. This is what most probably the speaker called, referred to as warping the opposition. As she warps the opposition, we have given away the independence of parliament, and together with it, our powers to check the executive, to come up with good laws, and to be able to throw out bad legislation. So many bad things, policies have been introduced around this term. I've never seen a parliament. I've been here for 16 years. I was briefly in the 8th parliament, I was in the 9th parliament, I was in the 10th parliament, and now I've been in the 11th parliament. But never before have I seen a parliament that has completely forgotten that we are a different arm of government, that we are not part of the executive. And, to appear to be against the positions of the executive in this parliament, the 11th parliament, is to be considered like, you are looked at as an enemy of even the house itself. The more you try to raise issues that assert ourselves as another arm, a separate arm of government from the executive. Today you cannot draw the line between the executive and parliament. Even when we went into the campaigns, you saw our speaker campaigning vigorously for a candidate. That would never happen before. A speaker attending caucus meetings, a speaker referring to a president, like he said, I want to thank the president for allowing me to give Honorable Numbers the money for treatment. You see that for everything to be done in the parliament, we first seek the approval of the president.
Here in Munyonyo, meeting started well, but I would like to state it clearly that the views and the mood which is going on in this meeting is as if the leadership of the committee, they have already formed their opinion. And the way we look at it is like the report has been written from somewhere else. And right now, they are in the verge of forcing all the committee meetings to accept the report which they did not participate in. The case in point, when the chairperson and the members moved that we should consider this report clause by clause, the chairperson started reading, and when he reads, without giving time to honorable members to deliberate, he could say, those who say hi, those who say no, say nay, and everything was being done in chorus, and you could hear members who were already assigned to make sure the bill passes. They could just shout chorously, hi, and you find everything going on amiss. I would like to tell you that there came a time that Honorable Odu and the chairperson Lego nearly exchanged the blows because the manner we were moving, it was not pleasing at all. So the way we look at it, we are not moving well in this bill. And then there are other clauses that members really wanted to deliberate on. For example, on clause 2. If you look at clause 2, that looks at majorly the political activities. Looking at the definition of a foreigner. Because from the original bill, it says any Ugandan who is not residing in Uganda is termed as a foreigner. And then members wanted to discuss that and say, please, that clause is so bad. You cannot leave Uganda today and tomorrow you cross to Kenya and you are called a foreigner. This is totally bad. And members want to say, please, we cannot go by that. We need to change. And then look at the the agent of a foreigner. Because according to the bill, it's saying anybody acting on the behalf of the foreigner, doing anything in this country on the foreigner, is an agent of the foreigner. So we say this is out. And also part of the bill says that a non-Ugandan may be determined by the minister. It means if the minister determines that you are handling foreign matters, so you are not a Ugandan, the minister has a right through the statutory authority to declare you a non-Ugandan. Members want to deliberate on that, but the chairpersons, the two chairpersons, are not giving members time to deliberate on that issue. That's why I'm saying it looks as if the report was really written from somewhere. We are now here in Munyonyo as rubber stamping, in which I would like to tell you that some of us will not agree into that. When we engage with the entities, we engage with 53 big entities, including Bank of Ugandans, the religious leaders, and all those. Out of the 53 entities, only 2 entities are in for this bill. 51 entities are saying this law is bad for the country. They are all urging honorable members never to support this law. 51. So now if you look at percentage, it means more than 99% of the entities that appeared before the committee are saying this bill is bad for the country. So we are praying to the chairpersons that please let us enact the law that will help Ugandans move ahead. So that is where we are right now, and I'm just from the House. Right now, Honorable Fox Odoi moved the motion that the bill should be adopted entirely, without the discussion. In fact, we did not participate in the discussion of this bill clause by clause. What is going on right now in the House is that members are now writing their names and they are voting that the bill should be adopted, in which I am very confident that these chairpersons are now in the verge of closing this meeting and saying the bill is passed, and we shall take to the floor of Parliament. Our next step right now is we are developing the minority report. For us who are not agreeing with what is going on right now in the committee, we are in the verge of writing the minority report. We shall sit and also present our minority report on the floor of Parliament. And I pray that the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament should give us time to present the minority report, because the minority report represents the views of Ugandans, the views of the 51 entities that are saying this law is bad, including the Bank of Uganda. So we are writing our minority report.
Is there anything we're doing?
All of you fellow citizens, you have seen the strategic guidance of His Excellency the President, where he has said, don't do this, do this. His letter is full of do's and don'ts. As government, aided by our two senior legal minds, the Attorney General and the Minister of State for Internal Affairs, we have embarked on a process of harmonizing the bill as guided by the President, but also in consultation with Cabinet, while taking into consideration the wider public outcry within and without Uganda. I am optimistic that all said and done, either this week coming or the other week, the country shall receive the harmonized bill on protection of sovereignty of Uganda. Now, this bill is majorly about putting a full stop to external influence on matters of governance, on matters of politics of the state called Uganda.